Hello everybody, it's Rex here with another video, and here we are at the final part of part 3 of how to make a homemade APATOSURUS. And at this step, what I want you to do is you need to cover the entire thing in Elmer's glue. Alright, so take it, cover the whole thing in it, smooth it out, get it nice and coated. Alright, then after that, what you want to do is clean up all the edges as best as you can using little scissors. The scissors that I use are these right here. This is what I use for small cuts and different things. This should have been included in what you need for this project, but little scissors work really well for this. You can just go around and clean it up. I've already done that step, so I'm not going to show that. But so again, just go around, cover the whole thing, get it in Elmer's glue, let it dry, let it seal up, make sure the legs still move, and then afterwards you'll be ready for this final step. And also, before we move to painting, what you're going to want to do is go around and look for any holes that might be anywhere, cover those up either with Elmer's glue or hot glue, and then smooth it out. This is what you also do to clean up any excess hot glue on your figure. Just smooth it out just like that. It should be all good. Alright, so at this point we're almost ready to paint, but we have one more step before we do so. So we're going to put the APATOSURUS over here for now, and what you want to do is have a piece of paper like so. I've already cut this piece of paper. What we want to do here is tape this together. This will just make it easier when you're connecting it to the APATOSURUS here. And we're just going to take the tape. Hopefully, that's a little bad tape job right there, but that's okay. That piece of tape. Alright, so here we go. This is what we're going to do. We need a glue stick for this and some Elmer's glue. So this is what we're going to do. And this is called the nice top coat. So if you look at the top here, I didn't really do much of a cleanup job because this is going to cover up all of this. Alright, and on top of the head here, we're going to cover this up. So you're not going to see any of, any of this. Like that, see how there's a gap and stuff. So this is going to cover all that up. Alright. So what you want to do is we'll just lay him down. We'll just lay the APATO down here. Put him in sleeping pose. So make sure the tape faces this way. And you want to do here is you're just going to cover the whole thing like this. And then with the X-Acto knife, we're just going to cut it just like this. And it should be just fine. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue. And we're going to cover the whole top section in glue. Alright. Just coat that whole thing. And Elmer's glue, this glue over here you could do it with, but it's way more messier. So this just works better. You just use this. Just apply as much as you can to the top when you get to this step. Alright. So make sure you do those other steps that I told you to do first before we move on to this part. And you can do as many layers of Elmer's glue as you want. Alright. Just go ahead and cover this guy. This top half all in glue. Make sure it's nice and coated as well as possible. Alright. And then we're going to take our paper here and we're going to lay it right on down on the top. And we'll just put it right on down, just like that. Alright. Make it smooth it out so you don't have any creases or anything anywhere. And you also want to take your scissors, and what I like to do is cuts in it. It just kind of helps with the curvature of some things. Alright. Just keep going down the body here. Okay, so after you've coated it and it's all as you want it, it's now ready to paint. That's right. And you can do certain things with it however you want to. You can use color markers or whatever you want to color it, or whatever. But for me, I like spray painting it, and I'll show you the two kinds of paint I'll be using. I'm going to be using these two. These are just from Hobby Lobby, but these are the two kind of what I'm going to use. This is going to be the main skin color, and I'm going to go with a little bit of brown. Why these two colors? Because I don't have a lot of paint with me right now, and these are the two that I have, and they're pretty full. So these are the two I'm going to be using. And also, let's see, before we paint, and I'll show as much as I can of me painting it, though it's going to be kind of difficult to do that. But before we paint with those, what I like to do is, you see the little eye marks right there? The little eye circles? I like to cover those with some tape on both sides. Alright. Alright, so now that I've finished that up, we can go outside and paint, and just to show you that I will be using permanent markers for once it's all painted. With these, we're going to go over some permanent marker and some pen and just do some little details and just little stuff like that. So let's get this guy out and let's get to painting him. And here we have him all painted. He's not finished yet, but you know, he's got his gray with some brown areas painted on him. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll do a little finish up with some, I don't know, I'll look at some pictures and see what we can do. Alright, so at this point, what you want to do is first, if you did do this, you gotta remove these little tape spots on the eyes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to coat the whole thing again in Elmer's glue. This is going to make a nice seal, and also, when you do color, actually I don't remember. I haven't done a build like this in a while, so I kind of forgot what I'm doing, how I did this, but yeah, anyways, I'll find out if I'm doing it right. Anyways, you're going to want to coat the whole thing in Elmer's glue, and then after that, you can go in, and if you want to put some extra colors in, you can. I'm probably going to make the eyes yellow. Yeah, I'll probably do yellow for the eyes. And that I can do, well, I'll do that afterwards. And then after you're done coloring it or using a pen to do any finer details or anything like that, then you can coat it again in Elmer's glue. That's just, the Elmer's glue is just to seal it all up to make it permanent seal on it. Alright, so that's what we're going to do right now. Coat the whole thing and then give it some little details. So pretty much just coat the whole thing like this, alright, and let it dry. Make sure you move the arms a little bit, just make sure nothing gets stuck or whatever. And then we can apply the little details. I'm not going to show me covering the whole thing just because it'll take way too long, and I don't have that kind of anyway. And so at this point, just cover the whole thing in Elmer's glue. And then we'll finish it up with some little details. Alright, so what I've decided on is leaving the eyes white and just doing some pupil details in there. And then I'm going to go through and do a little more details with the pen, and then I'm going to go through and color some of the areas with some markers, and we'll be done, alright? And then just Might just do one more coat of Elmer's glue to seal it all up, and we'll be finished. So this is the final product. Sorry about not showing my final little touch-ups on what I did here, but the camera again died. I need a new camera. Anyways, so this is the APATOSURUS that I finished up, and just to show you what I did here really quick, just use a little pen to get a little color in the face here. I think this side turned out a little bit better when it comes to the face. Maybe, I don't know. Looks okay. Looks alright. I just took a brown permanent marker and did these little specks on it just to get a little more detail. I didn't go with the pen to do any more detail on it just because, but as you can see here, it's kind of just this pale brown with some, well, mainly gray but some brown paint job on it. Alright, so that's the APATOSURUS. I mean, I gave him some articulation here. It's kind of useless in that there's not much he can do with that articulation because of his tail design. He can only like just like that, but I guess you can, you know, have him go like, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, he can stand, which is great. So there's that. Try to get him try to get him all shot here. There we go. So he is about, let's see here, get my ruler out. We'll just do a quick measurement of the APATOSURUS here. He is roughly about 19.5 inches long, roughly. 19.5. I mean, he's not a bad looking one. I also colored his toenails here. I made these ones a little bit bigger because I kind of like those dinky, big black, big claws that they have on the back feet. Here's the underside of it. I don't consider myself the best painter, but you know, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's that bad. So I'll try to get him here, and the only one that I have close at hand to in comparison, I have my homemade Allosaur here. He only has an articulated jaw, but yeah, here's the comparison of the two, side to side. Try to get them both in shot here so you can kind of see the size of them both. I'll try to get the APATOSURUS to stand, and the Spinosaurus, I mean, the Allosaur doesn't stand that well, so I'm going to kind of use the APATOSURUS as a balancing guy here. So I'll just pick the camera up. I'll show you the size comparison of the two. Different angles here, so you can kind of see that they're almost the same length. The APATOSURUS has a little bit longer of a tail, but not too much more of it. So that is pretty much part 3 and the final part of how to make a homemade APATOSURUS. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I mean, I think he turned out pretty good. I like him. I like the APATOSURUS. I like his shape, and his shape turned out really good, and I do like what I did here with the different little extra little bit of design I gave into him. I won't say he's the best one I ever made, but he's not the worst either. I like him. Not that bad, not that bad. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I see you all next time, and until then, have a great day, and bye everybody.